All right, I want to know how you two met.
How we met?
It was a
Where do you want to start? The pre-existence or?
No, like when you started dating.
Oh. You don't want to know when I first saw her?
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder.
Okay. I first saw her, there was a big picture, 8x10 picture. We were living in the serviceman's home, and in the military they had this home where the military could come and change clothes and did, because in San Diego everybody wore a Navy uniform, seemed like, so I didn't want to be part of the group. So anyway, I went in this bedroom and there's an 8x10 picture of Glena on this
What
dresser.
picture was it like her high school picture or what?
No.
Is it the one that you filled in?
He said it said "Love Glena," but it did not, and it belonged to Eldon Hamblin.
And she gave it to him, and she wrote on there.
I made apple pie just so you could have some.
So anyway, that's the first time it was a picture.
Wait, I want to know what you thought of her when you saw the picture. Nothing? Did you have any thoughts? You just went, oh, there's a picture of a girl.
Now watch it what you say.
Tell the truth, Dad.
The truth was, that's a pretty nice looking girl, but it looks like she's already taken. Because she'd put "Love Eldon."
Love,
From
she
no,
loved
Glena.
and loved Glena.
no, I did not.
XOXO.
No, I did not. Well, he was so nice to me. He sent me orchids from Hawaii. And these paper flowers, you know what I mean?
And you gave him an 8x10 photo?
No, I didn't. Was it an 8x10?
That was big.
Instead of wallet. If she didn't like him, she would give him a wallet size.
She wouldn't give me a picture.
Well, now I'll tell you how I met him.
I'd tell the truth.
It was at the servicemen's home again, and my sister and her husband were called by the first presidency to oversee the servicemen's home, and it was a great, big, beautiful home on 24th and C Street in San Diego, and they had a couple of rooms that was their living room and their little kitchen. And if you opened one of the doors, it looked in on a great big living room where we would have firesides and gatherings there.
How big? Like as big as this room?
Oh, much bigger than this.
Oh, it was really
Really big.
So
It
it's
was
like
a
this room
big
and
home,
your
yeah.
front
Bigger than the downstairs?
No. And so, Aunt Thora says, do you want to see a good-looking young man that you ought to set your cap for? And I said, what? I didn't want my big sister telling me who I should date. And so she says, come here. So she took me over to the door that led into the big living room. She just barely cracked it, and she said, see that sailor over there with the dark hair? He's got beautiful blue eyes.
She said that?
He's standing by somebody, and she said, you ought to set your cap for that boy. And I said,
I was doomed from that minute.
so I said, he's no officer, he's just a sailor. And but anyway, I have to admit that my heart did jump when I looked at him. And then
Indigestion.
then his hair was black then, girls, very
Like Uncle Tim's.
black, yeah, it was, with blue eyes. And so anyway, later on that evening, we were in, they had a fireside there. It was a Sunday night. And
But you never tell the story right.
They
That's
don't.
part of it.
Okay, Dad, you tell it.
You correct me then.
Okay, we were standing kind of in a semicircle, and I was standing next to Mom.
Is this that same night, Mom, that Aunt Clara said that?
Yeah,
So it was
What
after
was
the fireside, okay.
yeah.
I don't know how she got next to me, but anyway, we were
Well-
standing together.
I didn't even know you.
I know you'd see me in the door though, through the crack.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I can't remember who the lady was.
Sister Ludwig.
Sister Ludwig. She come up to Glena and says, Glena, I didn't know you were engaged. And
I hear you're getting married.
and you're getting married as just the young man. I'd never met her, didn't know anything about her, so I just slipped my arm around her waist and I said, yep, that's what happened, and we're going to get married next week, or something like that. It's-
It was my sister that was engaged to be married,
Which sister?
Vera. And so she had us confused. But he just played it up, and I thought, my goodness.
Dad, did you know that, did you think that maybe she was engaged to that guy in the room? Because did you did you put two and two together that you saw
no,
her
I
picture?
just figured, I'll
You didn't know.
just play along with her.
This is my chance.
This is my chance.
And
So then after Sister Ludwig walked away, Dad says to me, well, if we're engaged, I ought to be able to get a date.
And you said, no way? You said, okay.
Well, we might be able to arrange
And
that.
Ryan has a question. Okay, Ryan.
Or
ask
Ryan,
your
you need to
question.
go up there and stand next to him.
Look at that jigsaw puzzle on him.
Where did you first go on your date?
Where else? We always went
The movie.
to a movie.
Yeah.
That's what you
I love movies, and she just tolerates
You
them.
know that story, don't you?
Which one?
She went on a roller coaster just
yeah.
to get
That's what we did. We went to a movie
There wasn't much else to do.
or a
Oh.
dance. We always had Saturday night dances.
Well, when did the roller coaster ride come into play?
Well, this was before, you won't believe this, but we were called, the boys were called M-men and the girls were called Gleaners. And they used to have, they were having a summer activity up in the mountains, and they put the boys on one end.
This was an overnighter.
But this wasn't this is prior to the roller coaster.
And then they had married couples come up, and they were in the middle, and then the girls on the other side. I can't believe they even did that. But anyway, after we had gone home from this camp out thing, he asked me, no, it couldn't have been then. It was just a bunch of us that went out to Mission Beach. And everybody was going to ride the roller coaster. And
How long had you known Dad before this? And had you gone out yet?
I don't think I had. Oh yeah, we must
had
have.
to have if
Yeah,
you
we
met
must
them.
have.
Yeah.
But I
So it was
just,
real new. It was real new in your relationship, though.
Yeah.
yeah, it was. And Carol, forgotten her last name.
If I knew, I wouldn't tell you.
But anyway, everybody was getting on the roller coaster to go for a ride, and I was scared to death of roller coasters. I wouldn't have got on there for anything, but
That's where you get it from, Sarah.
but anyway, Grandpa asked me if I wanted to go on the roller coaster with him. And my friend Carol was standing right by there, and I knew that if I didn't go, she would. So I said, sure. So I went on it. Man, I was so scared. It's a big one. Woo!
I'm not sure she was scared, but she sure hung on to me. So, I
And that's
thought,
why you
man,
asked her to go,
Was
right?
it the Belmont one?
What?
Was it the Belmont?
Yeah.
Yeah, out at
It was
Mission
called the
Beach.
Big Dipper.
Yeah, the Big Dipper.
Oh, is that what it was called back then?
was-
So anyway, that was another occasion.
So then you had to get married.
Yeah, because I went on the roller coaster with him.
So how long did you date?
We dated probably altogether probably about 8 months.
Before you,
Six.
you mean from the time you met at the serviceman home and you were engaged to the time you got married?
Yeah.
But I was on the base every day, and only time I had off was on weekends, and not every weekend I was off. So
Well, at the servicemen's home, it was President Hunter was then an apostle, and he was the one that interviewed my sister Thora and her husband Dewey to take over the servicemen's home and run it. And so they just moved in there, and they had their own bedroom, and then they had this kind of like a little apartment that had a living room for them and a kitchen. And they had 2 girls, and I'd been back here to BYU up here, and decided that BYU wasn't where I wanted to be, because all the boys that were at BYU were 4Fs. Do you know what a 4F is?
Loser.
Is it like 4-H?
Fit to serve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't get in the Army. The Army wouldn't take them. Nobody would take them because either they had flat feet or,
Hunchback.
yeah, something was wrong with them.
It's kind of like the singles ward.
And so here I had begged my dad to let me go to BYU, and I finally get up here and I looked around and go, what am I doing here? And these are strangest bunch of boys. There just wasn't.
Probably weren't that many either.
No, there
Yeah,
wasn't.
mostly girl college.
And so then when Christmas time rolled around, I begged to go home, and he finally let me come home for Christmas. And
Is that when you met Dad? At Christmas time? When you
Yeah.
the
it was in
time you saw him?
December.
yeah, and so I thought, good heavens, what am I doing at BYU? I didn't want to go back up there. This is heaven. All the good-looking boys are here in the service.
Man, you must go to school.
So anytime Thora wanted me to babysit, I was willing. Boy, I would go. And in the foyer of the house, there was a book where the military boys were to sign in, and they also gave their what ship you were on or what base you were on and where you were from, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I would always, when I'd go in there, I'd look down and see who's in.
Do I want to stay here tonight?
Yes. Do I want to babysit tonight? So anyway, that's how we met, was at the LDS servicemen's home in San Diego.
So Ann has the next question. Go and stand